best you can within the parameters of the restrictions, let us say, on your life. You are not able perhaps to do what you did before because of your own failure, but you can do something. As long as there's any breath left in you, you can do something. You can love God with all your heart. You can be right with God. You can get right with people, and you can start to serve God where you are. Do it. Because I serve a God who not only forgives but restores. He says, I will restore unto you the years that the locust hath eaten. What does he mean? Have there been dry, barren, famine-filled years in your life, beloved? Oh, yes. He says, I'll make up for that. And he does. Thank God that's so. Well, somebody needed that. That's why I said it. Yes. Now we go on into chapter 15. The Gospel of Mark. This heartbreaking story of the crucifixion. As I begin to the regular rest of Mark, my heart just wanted to begin to cry. Because Jesus died. I can't ever get over that. That's what's the precious truth of the Lord Jesus Christ.
This Paul's one way for years, nobody wanted for anything.
Servants did strike him.
Down.
This was unusual. A servant, it's our word slave. It's slavery those days. They weren't allowed to do anything on their own, but they got brave enough to come up and hit the Lord Jesus.
I'm surprised that the Field Rifle Club
Now they bring him
probably got a good
bound
price for it.
to Pilate, Governor Pilate.
Remember when all of this was vacant, it was all for sale, and nobody could sell it.
The travesty.
And then all of a sudden in the 90s it became worth millions.
Pilate asked him, said, now the king of the Jews, and he answered and said, thou sayest it. And affirmative
Before this was gone,
that he was short to get off. It was an affirmative
all
answer.
out.
In other words, he said yes. Oh, we're going to this point, the whole thing could affect the Lord Jesus Christ who's going through all of this.
Pastor John podcast. A question has been troubling me for a while.
Really?
It's this one.
No,
I'm wondering if everything in life is either a good thing or a sin, or are there some okay things that are not sin, but are not exactly good either. Sometimes I do things that don't seem beneficial. I can't tell if I need forgiveness for them. I usually ask for forgiveness anyways. I guess basically my question boils down to that. Pastor John, yes or no?
And everybody that was in there had
areas of life.
I can't give a yes or no answer until I clarify some terms. So what is sin? What is the moral good? What does morally neutral mean? This is one of those illustrations to me about how simply defining our terms for sure the answers to the question.
The nail counter has
I recommend the problem I find that
there's a blackboard of all different prices, different kinds of nails.
go round and round because the terms are undefined within the biblical precision. And the reason I say biblical precision is because they don't have authority that you can overrule. Is a dangerous thing because if there's no agreed on arbiter of truth claims, then what comes in to fill that void is usually raw power. if some common ground doesn't decide what's right, then
They made a
might
mint selling
makes
that property.
right.
Yes, they did.
Or more to the point here, if a shared authority does not decide the definition or terms, like the Bible, then the one with the most power will decide how words are used. And that's how the Holocaust happened, that's how race-based slavery happened, that's how abortion happens. The powerful decide how the word person is going to
Best
be
was
used,
over here.
and who fits in with it and who doesn't. And without an agreement on authority to arbitrate, then the powerful define the
Order
terms
something out of
and
the
their
catalog.
Order something out of the catalog.
That's way more
Don't
than
pick it
Mary
up
Beth
from
asked
there.
for.
Look at
In fact,
there.
she didn't ask for that at all. But now and then,
My brothers were
I
banned from
like
being
to
in
explain
there.
on this
Why?
They were
podcast why
naughty.
I make such a big deal
My mom would
out
say,
of
"You have to be
defining
in
our
the car."
terms. So there you heard it. So here's my effort to clarify the terms of Mary Beth's question. Is everything in life, she says, a good thing or sin? Are there morally neutral areas? That's
Your
your question.
pocket down is
So
right
here's
here in the
what
car.
there are these two passages in Paul I think get at the heart of what sin is. One is chapter 43 of Romans 3:23 says that we've all sinned, and many of us, we fall short of, or literally we lack, the glory of God. And I connect that statement with Romans 1:23, where humans exchange the glory of God for the glory of created things, including the human self, my glory, as my favorite idol, right? So I think what Romans 3:23 means is that all human beings sin, in that we prefer created glory over God's glory. We exchange God's glory for something we prefer. So we lack
Bigger square.
or fall short of the glory of God. So sin is first, this is my definition, now drawn from
They moved down here
Romans.
from where they were over
Sin
by
is
Romans.
first the disposition
Yeah,
of
they're in
human
that
heart
corner.
to
Yeah.
prefer human glory, especially self-glory, over
fresh
God's
pies.
glory. And then secondarily, sins, plural,
My mom would go there
would be
to
the
coffee.
attitudes, words, and actions that stem from that
Get
disposition.
coffee.
Sit there
That's
at
my
the corner,
definition of
drink
sin
have
in
a
Romans 3 and 1. The other passage that defines the heart of sin is Romans 14:23, where Paul is talking about eating meat and drinking wine, verse 21, in chapter 14, and then he says this in verse 23, whoever has doubts is condemned if he eats, because the eating is not from faith. For whatever does not proceed from faith is sin. Wow, that's pretty sweeping. So Paul is willing to define sin as whatever is not from faith, which I think, when you analyze it carefully down to the bottom, is really the same as the definition in Romans 1 and 3. If the disposition of our heart is not to receive Christ, I'm thinking what faith is right now, is not to receive Christ, to own Christ as our supreme Savior and God, then what comes from that heart is sin. That heart is And the other is to say that the moral good is attitudes and words and actions that aim to glorify God. 1 Corinthians 10:31. So we're actually on safest ground, I think, to say that what is morally good is all three of these traits. Right? So it's from faith, there are thousands of such morally neutral, in that sense, morally neutral actions, like walking down the street, drinking a glass of water, putting on your shoes. It's not so much that they are morally neutral, though. I'm a little skittish about that phrase. It's not so much that they're morally neutral, but that they have no moral standing at all until a human being is doing them. As soon as someone does them, no matter how simple, no matter how supposedly neutral, they cease to be neutral. They become moral, because Paul said, whatever you do all, in the shoes, what comes to do all to the glory of God. And either we do that, or we don't. Like Paul said, you can't either sin or grace.
to the podcast all at AskPastorJohn.com. I'm your host, Tony Rinke. We'll see you back here on Wednesday to return to Romans 3 as we seek to become unshakable believers. We'll see you then. And join us again on this station every weekday on Family Radio. I'm your host, Tony Rinke. We'll see you next time. Thanks for worshiping with us all day, every day on Family Radio.